And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Herbert going to go to the air right away.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once more, here's Eckler. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. Reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercepted.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead, it works opposite.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a frustrates an opponent.
Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
On second down, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We can come up with a lot of different explanations here. None of them are going to work. At the 1-yard line and coughing it up, no way.
You got to protect that thing like it's your firstborn.
Your firstborn, your secondborn,
your
anyone. It doesn't matter. Take care of the football. You're in a position to go in and score. At worst, you've given up a chance to get 3 points.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On second down, Gordon once more. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. The Chargers are 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited. Not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Now a give running left is Eckler. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And his top speed as computed by Neck.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the 1st half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the 1st half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That is incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Herbert back to the air.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. 23 yards the pickup there. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Hopkins with the extra point, and they'll they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything.
60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The kick by McManus is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Plays like that, exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe just a little inspirational speech, who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
On third down, Wilson. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Here's Sam Martin now, standing just outside his own goal line. $55-yard punt, 11 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Here's Herbert. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And incomplete on a deep ball.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity
and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
To the air again, Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Herbert on first down now. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chargers get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much and you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 84 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Sebastian Joseph Day able to record his 5th sack of the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, 17 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
Play action. It's Herbert. Flushed out right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
That's into the hands of Eckler.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert.
Looking Austin Eckler's way again.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler,
66 yards.
and the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up the key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now right out of the 2-minute break. We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. It looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Running on first down, Eckler. 41 yards on the ground for him so far. 4 yards remain for second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
It's Eckler again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Throwing, Herbert. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking,
My replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And it's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And now that they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it looks like the Chargers are going to win this thing. Herbert.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Somebody really fired up that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Chargers, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0.